Hello and welcome back to Still Nil Nil. Today we're going to be talking about Southgate and England's horrific performance against Slovakia. So the best place to start this game is to look at our lineup that we went with against Slovakia. As you can see, it was very much the same as the previous lineups in the group stages, where we had not performed very well. We only made one change. We put Minu in instead of Gallagher. And I don't believe that changed much at all. Now, the issue I have with this is I personally, and I feel like many people would agree, have the feeling that Phil Foden out on the left-hand side is just not working for England at all. He keeps coming through the middle, taking space away from Bellingham, especially with Harry Kane dropping in that little space as well. It's causing three players to be stood on each other, and then you've got Saka hugging the touchline on the other side. It makes the team really unbalanced, and with Trippier also not helping Foden on that left-hand side, it's just there's no balance in the team. People are standing too close to each other, so it means there's no options. When we've got the ball at the back, no way they can play through. So for me, the one change I would have definitely had would be I would love to have seen Gordon out on that left-hand side, another winger who's very direct, who could be like similar to Saka. Means we've got a lot more space in the middle if we want to play through the middle, and we can also change it up and go down the sides and try to attack like that. There is that, and I feel like Southgate is he's looking more and more clueless as games go on. We feel way too negative. Trying to do a forward pass in this England team, it's like they're allergic at points. You'll see John Stones get the ball, he'll take a step forward, then he'll turn around, pass it to Pickford. Pickford then will pass it to Trippier, who'll then pass it to Gahey, who'll then pass it to Stones, then it'll go back to Pickford. It's just, there's nothing going forward for this England team currently. So the first thing I would say is the lineup just felt wrong. It feels like we can definitely do with some improvements. Now going into the game, we were poor. We were poor. No fluidity in the team. I think Rice, even though he got the star player there, don't think Rice was great. I think he's very negative. And in a negative team, being more negative, it's just not helpful. I think, like I say, Foden wasn't great. Saka, not great. Really, all of them. Bellingham until the 90th minute was pretty awful. Obviously, he scores that superb goal equaliser, and big players need to do big things like that, so happy days. But all the way up until then, not great. Kane, again, not great. It's really hard to find a player that I think played well. Me personally, I think Gahey's been the best player for England in this tournament. I've liked how he's performed. I liked when I saw Tony come on. I thought Tony looked brilliant at holding the ball up. He brought people into the game. I feel like Kane hasn't been doing that. For me personally, I think he's been slow. He's been really slow. Jesus Christ. To take nothing away from Slovakia came with a game plan, and they were doing their game plan. They were defending well. Wasn't hard for them, but they did what they had to do against this England side. They made us have to try to play through them, and at the moment with England, we've got no creativity. So Slovakia did what they had to do, and if I'm honest, we're very, very, very unlucky to not get the win in this game. I really felt like they probably deserved it, and they'll feel hard done by with how it went. As everyone saw as the game went on, for some reason England just did not want to do any substitutes. So as you can see, Cole Palmer was the first one that came on the 66th minute. Now, me personally, and I think again a lot of you guys would agree that Cole Palmer should have came on with, if you wanted to bring Eze on, bring Eze on at the same time. Maybe some other players to just change it up, because at this point England didn't look like they were going to score, and with this substitution, it really didn't help that much. I think Cole Palmer did a better job out on the right than Saka was, but still, it wasn't. It was nowhere near enough. It really felt like we needed to change it more, and to do really. I know he did 3 substitutions in the 90 minutes, the first 90 minutes of the actual game, but Tony came on in the last, 2 minutes. So really only brought on 2 substitutions. And looking at that, Eze on the 84th minute, like, these players didn't have much time to do anything to change up the game. And I think it shows how poor of a manager Gareth Southgate actually is for England. And it's weird for me to be saying that, because I was a big supporter of him even going into this tournament, but it showed me now that he's too negative for this England team, and I have to hold up my hands and say that I was wrong. I thought he was going to come into this tournament and make England look, that we're going to look so much better. I thought we were favourites. I thought we were going to go on and win this, but now it's hard for me to see England beat anyone else who's left in this tournament. I think we're scraping through the tournament currently, and I think it's down to Southgate and his tactics and his on-field decisions of what he wants to do and the substitutions. I think all of this is combining together and showing how weak of a manager England actually has at this moment in time. So now we're going to take a look at England's next game against Switzerland. I think it's going to be a really, really tough game for England to get anything out of this. I think Switzerland have been very good by their standards. They beat Italy quite comfortably. They've got a good, strong team. They look more passionate than England currently do. I think they've got a better manager. And what I think will happen with this England team, and it's sad to say, but I think we could see the same England team, obviously minus Gahey, who I think has got a suspension for it. So in centre-back, I think we'll see Konsa come in. I hope it's not Lewis Dunk, because I think that'll be even more negative for this England side. Nothing against him, I just think Konsa's better. I hope, if it was me, I would be changing that attack up. I would either drop Saka or Foden. I'm not sure which one. Maybe it's even both. You could have Cole Palmer and Anthony Gordon. I think that would make we look a bit more direct, a little bit better. But again, I think if we take Foden out and keep Saka in, and we put Gordon on the left, I think that could be enough to make this attack look better. Again, I wouldn't be upset if I saw Kane get dropped for Tony, or even Watkins. Give us something different. That'll never happen. But me personally, I think that would be fine. I think Southgate's going to stick with the same team, minus Gahey. Honestly do. Maybe he'll take Mino back out and he'll start again with Trent Alexander-Arnold again, or maybe he's going to go back to Gallagher. I'm not sure. But I'm not very hopeful for the England performance coming up. I think Switzerland are probably going into it as favourites against us now, just going off pure form. And yeah, worrying times to be an England fan. But the positives is, we're still in the tournament. We've done that thing that all great teams do. They've found a way to win, even though when they're playing bad. We've been doing that. We're unbeaten. Come on, England. Let's do it. Let's be better. Right. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. This is just my thoughts and feelings about this current England team. If you've enjoyed, please like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.